So the Pittsburgh Steelers have signed Mike Tomlin to a 3-year deal. Nice little extension on him. We're going to get right all into all the information. I'm going to tell y'all how I feel about it and all that. But first, y'all know I can't leave y'all hanging. What's good, Steeler Nation? How y'all doing and how y'all doing it? You know what I'm saying? Happy Tuesday, man. Woke up this morning and seen that Mike Tomlin was signed to a 3-year extension. My first thought was instantly excitement because I love Mike Tomlin and I know what's ahead of us in our future. You know what I'm saying? Like, Mike Tomlin has been here for 14 years and never had a losing season. He's went 8-8 twice. He's had a 9-7 season, and he had a 9-6-1 season. Besides that, each of those seasons he's won over 10 games. So this man been here 14 years, never had a losing season. Like, what more can you ask for? To me, Mike Tomlin is the greatest African American coach to ever coach. Like, the things he's done are just special, but we're not just gonna take into the good things. You know, he has been to the Super Bowl twice, one with the Packers, and then one that I think is the greatest Super Bowl of all time, our Super Bowl with the Cardinals. Steeler fans know all about that. I think that's the greatest Super Bowl of all time. He's done some things, you know, with the drafting and picking the staff and all that. I mean, he might be a little too loyal at times, you know, with Randy Fichtner and all that, and Kevin Colbert and all that. Like, he's a loyal guy, so like, he's gonna just be loyal to people that he thinks he should be loyal to. And sometimes he may be too loyal, but shout out to Mike Tomlin, man. To me, Mike Tomlin's a great coach. He gets a lot of hate for no reason. But we also have to talk about the reality of things. During the 2010s decade, I mean, there was years we didn't go to the playoffs, but there was years that a lot of people think that we should have been champions that year, or at least made it to the Super Bowl, and we never made it to the Super Bowl in that 2010s decade. We had teams with Antonio Brown, Le'Veon Bell, Ben Roethlisberger, Chris Boswell. Teams where the defense was good. We had teams where the defense was decent, but our offense was strong enough to take us there. But every year when we made it to the playoffs, we get put out either first or second round by the Patriots. We got put out by the Patriots like 2-3 times in that decade. We got put out by the Broncos once. We got put out by the Jaguars when they put 45 on our head. I think it was 45. They put 45 on our head. Like, that decade was so bad. Like, we literally had all the talent. We had the talent. Everybody was saying we have the best offense in the league. Like, our offense was so powerful, and with a good enough defense, we could have went there. But our defense wasn't good enough. And honestly, when it came to the playoffs, one of them series we didn't have Le'Veon Bell. One of them series we didn't have Antonio Brown. Like it was always something. For the times that we didn't make it, I remember that 9-6-1 season where we tied with the Browns that year in week 1. That's another game that I'll never forget. What else happened that season? We went to go play the Saints, and Juju fumbled and all that. Then the next week after, we beat the Patriots in a big win, and then we needed the Browns to win so we could get to the playoffs. That didn't happen. Our 8-8 season, the one where we started off 1-5, I believe, or we started off 1-4, and then we pushed, and we started off 1-5 because we pushed, and then I think we made it to 8-5, right? And then we lost our last 3 to the Jets and the Ravens and the Bills. That's the season where we had Mason Rudolph and Duck Hodges out there. Yeah. I don't even want to think about that season. That season wasn't that bad, but the fact that Ben wasn't there, it made it what it was. This season we start off 11-0 and finish 12-4. Our whole offense changed. The line starts getting terrible. Then we get put out first round by the Browns, which I promise that game I'm never ever talking about. I'm putting that game behind me, but I have to mention it in some situations. But I'll never talk about that game. I'm never going to talk about that game ever again because that's the worst I've ever seen us. But yeah, Mike Tomlin's back, man. I'm excited because when Mike Tomlin first got here, you know, Bill Cowher was just stepping down. Bill Cowher had already brought Ben in. He already drafted Ben. Ben's on his last maybe 2 to 3 years. And yeah, the Steelers are looking ahead for their future. Mike Tomlin, Big Ben was already here, so Big Ben was damn near the leader of this team already. Mike Tomlin, with him signing, mind you, he's only 49. For him to be only 49, you want to know the crazy part? Mike Tomlin's 49 and he's 21st in coaching wins. Like, that is ridiculous because he's never had a losing season. He's chasing guys like Andy Reid and Bill Belichick, who's already in the league already, and they've been doing this for decades on top of decades. Like, these guys are probably in their 60s, 70s. Mike Tomlin's 49, chasing Bill Belichick and Andy Reid, who's currently coaching right now. He's 21st in coaching wins. And that's crazy. Like, he's so young. He's only been here for 14 years, but he's never had a losing season. So that's what that can account to. But like I was saying before, Mike Tomlin, we're going to see what he can do. He's probably excited because, or not excited, but, he's probably ready for that new challenge during our future, where he gets to choose what quarterback is going to take over, where he gets to build his quarterback up and see what quarterback is going to take over this Pittsburgh Steelers team. All in all, I like the signing. I like Mike Tomlin, great coach. If Mike Tomlin was to get fired or if we was just to let him go, he would be picked up in about 2 to 3 days because he's one of the best coaches in the league. And a lot of people hate on Mike Tomlin because of his non-playoff success, but it's like he does have a Super Bowl. He has been to a Super Bowl. Over the last decade, we've struggled, but teams have gotten way better. I mean, so have we, but it's like it's hard to win in this league. Like, this league has turned into, you never know who's going to be a definite champion. Like, it's hard to win in this league. But that's not an excuse because, 31 other teams can say that as well. But Mike Tomlin's back. I'm excited. I can't wait for our future. I can't wait to see what he does this year. And I'm seeing a lot of hate. Going out to the Steelers, too, talking about we only going to win 9 games. We only going to win 10 games. We're going to finish 9-8 with the extra game. Oh, we'll finish fucking 10-7 with the extra game. Like, bro. Are you serious right now? Stop. So you're telling me we're going to go from 12-4 to 9-8. Are you serious? How does that sound, bro? We're going to lose 4 extra games with this added game on? Stop that. Our offense is going to be totally different. A lot of people are forgetting we have a totally new offensive coordinator. A lot of people are forgetting that, we haven't even got to the draft yet, which usually we always win the draft. Like, we're always in that top tier of winning the draft. So, we need everybody to calm down on that because most of the people that be talking be fucking 49ers fans and Raiders fans. Like, y'all not ever winning. Like, relax, bruh. I don't know why y'all talking, but hey, Mike Tomlin's back, man. I'm excited. I feel like in these next 3 years, I feel like this decade will win. Like, we'll get a Super Bowl this decade. I feel like that 2010s decade, just a lot of bad things happened at bad moments. You know what I'm saying? I feel like if we build the right team, because we have a young offense. We have the offense. We still got Big Ben constructing the offense back there. We do need a line. You need a line to win the Super Bowl. I'll tell you that. You've seen what happened to Patrick Mahomes. We need a line to win the Super Bowl. We need a great coaching staff, which I think we have. We need a great defense, which I still think we have, because as y'all know, we got Vince Williams and Tyson Lulu back. We thought we were losing them. Those are big pieces to our defense. Even though Mike Hilton and Bud Dupree are going and Steven Nelson, it happens to every franchise. Every franchise loses a big player, We're going to lose Bud Dupree regardless. I don't think Bud Dupree was ever coming back, so I came to the realization of that. Mike Hilton, I don't think he was coming back from the start, but we could have. But, hey, the future is bright, man. Like, our future is very bright, especially with Mike Tomlin being our head coach. I wouldn't want nobody else being our head coach but Mike Tomlin because he knows this team like the back of his hand. He's been here 14 years, never lost. Or not never lost, but never had a losing season. So, I think this is the decade that we can definitely get a Super Bowl or 2. Hopefully, at least get there. like this decade, we should at least get there. Because that whole 2010s all the way up to 2020, we should have at least gotten there at least 2 to 3 times and maybe won one, especially with the teams that we had. But shout out to Mike Tomlin. I appreciate Mike Tomlin. Been here for a long time, still doing his thing. I know that he's still going to do his thing. I believe in this man. And yeah, shout out to Mike Tomlin. He back, man.